Welcome to Tank Warfare Tunisia, folks. And as you can see here, we have got a massive assault on the way. We're playing as the Americans out here, so of course we're using a lot of Stuart and Sherman tanks. Not the heaviest pieces of machinery, of course, but it's all we've got, and we've got a lot of them at the very least. So what I've done is I know we're going to be attacked over here. I'm trying to keep a separate tank army over in this area, led by Conley, to hopefully, or Conley rather, to hopefully hold out against whatever the Germans are going to be sending at us. Now, they're going to be coming from the crossroads for sure. We can be absolutely certain of that, so I don't see why these guys would be turned this way. We want them to turn outwards and actually want to spread them out just a little bit. Now, you guys know how German panzers do against Stuart and Sherman tanks, especially out in a desert setting where we have little to no cover, but we're going to try to give it our absolute best. I'm actually going to make sure that Spence's men and Parsons' men, I should say, are right up there at the front of the fight. I can see why some of them can't seem to turn forward. Damn terrain. Come on, son. You're just going to have to figure this out on your own. And we'll grab Spence, put him here. I'm hoping this is sufficient to keep the enemy at bay. In fact, I'll even put some infantry here just to make sure that we don't have enemies overrunning us or trying to get past our lines, you know, with just small arms infantry. Okay, here we go. It's looking pretty tough. I'm especially hoping that that other army does well, and this is one of the reasons they wouldn't turn forward. It's not a tank. This is actually just a standard vehicle with an AT gun on the back, so I completely understand why they wouldn't let us get in their way. Alright guys, let's get started. I'm hoping for the best during this fight. I'm really hoping that we can give Jerry a black eye, but I can't promise absolutely anything. Maybe the sandstorm will actually play in our favor, and they'll get so close before they even realize we're here, we'll be able to return some pretty dramatic fire. But that's what I'm hoping for. Not necessarily what's going to happen. That being said, while all this is going on, I know we're probably going to be attacked head-on over here, so I'm going to take this tank group over here, and I am actually going to start advancing. So one is going to complement the other no matter what, basically. Either these guys are going to defend, and these guys are going to come to their assistance, or these guys will be the first to be attacked, and will be able to respond with Spence's tank group. So, wish us luck, boys. Fingers crossed. Let's go kill us some Germans. And what did I tell you guys would occur in this sandstorm? That's right, we've stumbled across enemy positions. So it looks like we might have an actual enemy AT gun here firing at us. Look at this. We drove right over these enemy AT guns, just pretty much out of nowhere. Suddenly we started having contacts all around our tank. He was driving over the enemy. It was not even an intentional drive. So this was not an offensive action warranting a medal or anything like that. Here we go, guys. Fire, fire, fire. There are tanks right here. We've actually stumbled across the German defensive line. Wow, I actually got choked up there with just how surprising this is. We stumbled right across their line and just took out a Panzer 1A, I believe, maybe a Panzer 2. But we are pushing forward, hopefully pushing the advantage and actually taking the fight to the German Panzer. This is going to be amazing. I don't know if we can win it, but we certainly have the starting blow. Sort of the first blood here, and I really like that. Looks like we may have even taken out 2 of those vehicles. Yeah, definitely Panzer 1As. And there we go, some more tanks. More enemy tanks out here. Come on, boys, focus on them. Fire. It's time for Patton's vengeance. There we go, another one of them. Can we grab yet another? I don't know. We might even go all the way to the crossroads if this keeps up. Look at that. Just look at that. The game is running so smoothly as well in this situation. We're not going fast, but it feels like we're going fast just with the speed of the rounds. We're just getting some great shots here. There we go, another one taken out, guys. Yet another one. And he's just kind of rolling through the desert with no crew. Now, the other thing we could do is try to press this advantage, grab these boys, and just head east and immediately try and attack them. But I think we've got a good thing going here. Let's not mess it up. Let's just see how far we can take this. Sure enough, there are still some actual anti-tank weapons over here. So he's actually focusing on that AT gun. Was focusing on that AT gun. And now, of course, we're going to keep our focus over here towards enemy officers. Try and get them to just get off the damn battlefield and accept a surrender. Still got a few boys moving up over here into the desert. Wondering if maybe we should take them and actually start heading this way over here. I think we'll focus, excuse me, we'll keep the focus on these units pressing towards the crossroads, and sure enough, we've still got additional armor there, one we just zapped completely. Hopefully they don't have anything stronger or anything heavier. Let's go for it, boys. Sandstorm has come back in full force at this point. And, I mean, look, as long as our boys over here don't get attacked, then great. We can just keep the offensive going. This turned out to be more of an offensive than a defensive position anyway. So, I'll keep those guys there. Maybe the enemy's still planning a massive attack against that position. You know, anything can happen. Now, this I'm not liking. We're seeing a few enemy infantry here, so... Oh, my goodness! Okay, never mind. Let's switch attack over here with care. And Yeadon, so we can actually get a few of the guys shooting at the enemy positions here. Might even be trench works. We'll have to get closer and find out. Alright, nice. Starting to fire, good work here. Got potential artillery piece or AT gun over here, so I'm actually going to just send this lone tank right through. And I'm definitely seeing some flashes here. Yup, we've got some anti-tank guns. We're going to have to attack this position. Well, with our advancing units, of course. Yeah, so Yeadon's already moving forward its men. There's not much else we have to do. We just need to watch the attack, hope for the best. So we're already lighting up those AT guns very quickly. Driving over some of these Afrika Corps members. Oh boy, not good. He actually did manage to hit this guy. They may have knocked one of our tanks out. They definitely knocked a couple of our tanks out moving forward, but I thought he was going to make it all the way back here, although it looks like his crew may be abandoning. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. This tank is continuing forward, of course, but that guy definitely looks like he's on his last legs. Looks like we've got a few German prisoners, and with such a lightning-quick attack, lightning-quick ambush, really, it's not surprising. I mean, that is not something we usually have happen here in Tank Warfare Tunisia against the superior armored forces of the Germans, I should say. I mean, we can't compete tank-wise with their tanks. That's just the... You know, it's just the truth. However, in this battle, they had some fairly light tanks, Panzer 1As and Panzer 2s, and this was pretty easy to push back. Now, they also had a lot of AT guns, but because of the sandstorm, these pack guns that otherwise would be killers for our men really aren't that effective. Now, they didn't, you know, they still managed to kill a few of our guys, but most of our men are making it through here and getting the first hits on these guns. Now, things might get heavier as we get towards the crossroads, but I am really proud of the way our men have performed here. SDKFC there, keep firing. And more AT guns off in the distance. So right now, the sandstorm is actually helping us. And look at that, a whole group of German officers wipes them out. Let's also try to get some guns firing at that AT gun quickly. Yeah, so you can see over here, guys, our men have bailed out. The pack guns finally hit their mark. It's actually a pretty good time because now they can take these prisoners in. We keep on advancing. So definitely along the way, a few tanks lost, but what we're not focusing on are Conley and Poland. We pretty much ordered them forward here, so now I'm going to order them to turn and just do a full-on attack here. I'm going to do the same with Savage. I won't bring everybody from our defensive position here, but I'm bringing a whole bunch of guys. And we are going straight for an attack. That's a great name for a commander, Savage. Actually, I want to kind of separate this if I can. Have a few guys go over here, have a few guys keep on up the road. Whoa, oh boy. That's our boys right there. Damn Germans. Keep firing, men. Keep firing. Those pack guns are starting to see their targets, and that certainly isn't good for us. So we've got to keep the firepower consistent, constant, and just always on target. There's no other way we're going to win this fight, because if this sandstorm lets up and those pack guns are actually able to get a bead on our units, we are going to be in a world of trouble, guys. So we've got a few more prisoners. Aha! Look at that group of prisoners. Unbelievable. I think those officers decided it was better to give up than to get completely decimated by our machine guns or run over by our tanks. But look at that. Yeadon is getting hit real bad. I'm going to try to turn him around here. A few of our tanks, of course, getting hit really bad. Looks like a pack gun firing from this position exactly. And another one over in this position. In fact, we may have 3 or 4 pack guns set up here. We've got to deal with that, and we've got to deal with it quickly. See if the rest of our men are pushing forward. Sure enough, they are. A desolate landscape of the battlefield. It really is. I mean, the desert aside, just seeing all of those burning vehicles, those wrecks, this really looks like the best way I could put this is a battlefield that is centuries old. It's obvious that there have been other people that have fought here, not just us, but other cultures, of course, in ancient times. You can see these ancient ruins. This has been a place of battle for a long time, and it almost seems like the dead of previous conflicts are reaching up to take down the dead of our current conflict. It's just vicious, really, for both sides. Of course, us taking some pretty brutal tank hits, but just us pretty much, stumbling across hundreds of enemy units, AT guns, etc., without them even knowing we were there. They probably heard the rumbling of the engines, and the next second, Shermans were rolling over them. Absolutely amazing. Now, he sees that AT gun. Come on, kill it. You can see some of our Shermans are already targeting that bastard. We need to kill him fast. Any of these AT guns are a deadly threat, especially if these pack guns can start spotting us. So come on now. Yeah, good shooting. Come on, boys. Come on, we need you to keep this up. We need you to keep this up. I'm not even going to stop moving because it's just too dangerous to stop moving against a pack. See, quite a few of these tanks have abandoned their abandoned ship, essentially. Abandoned their tank. These tankers have abandoned their tank. Not all of them are burned up, but that is a shame. There we go. Good shot. Let's take a look there. Perfect hit. Absolutely perfect hit. You can see the displacement there of the actual crew. They just got knocked all over the place. A few of them may survive, but for the most part, we've knocked that gun out. So that's what we need to do to every single damn AT gun here. Poland's firing at something. Ah, okay, I see. I see. A few officers that were hanging out over here, and they just got dealt with completely. Looks like we might have maybe a machine gun. Nope, 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 never mind. They're giving up. They're giving up. Look at that. We have more prisoners. It just never ends. It's pretty hilarious. But yep, it looks like an enemy machine gun turned away from us. Once again, surrendering. The enemy positioning in this battle, possibly some of the worst we have seen. And that's probably because of the sandstorm. They just didn't see us coming. They thought we were attacking from a different direction. And this is exactly what happens. Gotta be careful, guys. I see some armor by the crossroads. Some potential armor, anyway. Could be that they saved their best for last and that they're keeping their main tanks back there. Better watch out. Some of your boys are still fighting back. I don't want to accidentally hit the prisoners, but we'll do what we have to. they've got fighting men in between them, we've got a problem. So actually, Liptow and Savage, the boys we sent out earlier, are just now going to start making contact, and potentially with whatever the enemy is hiding at the crossroads. I love it. So they've got some interesting stuff waiting for us, I'm sure. We knocked out essentially an entire, you know, AT gun line, very, very expensive AT gun line. That's going to take them a lot of work to reposition. But if we could also take out some tanks, that would be absolutely beautiful. If we could turn this defensive battle into a counterattack, that would be amazing. We take the crossroads, we completely surprise Rommel and his German thugs. Let's move forward. No offense to my German subscribers, I am in character right now. So you guys know when I'm playing as a German, I am in the German character. When I'm playing as a Russian, I am in the Soviet character. But when I'm playing the Americans, this is just what it is, boys. War is war. Don't get too personal about it. We're just gonna keep firing there. Excuse me. Okay. Crossroads is absolutely under counterattack now. And it looks like we're even spotting some additional infantry units. These guys may have been running away from the battlefield. They may have been retreating from the fight that we just unleashed upon them, the attack we just unleashed upon them, but I'm not sure. And actually, I'm going to take Bull on here, because I still see an enemy officer in this area. So I'm going to send him back to kind of go hunting. The rest of our boys can proceed forward to the crossroads. But I'm thinking we might actually take one additional tank unit here. And just head down this way to sort of police the area. And sure enough, the enemy is asking for a ceasefire. I think I'm going to keep the fire up. And I'm not necessarily going to accept that ceasefire right now, maybe at all, because I want to see if we can get this counterattack working. Let's try to take those crossroads. Here we go. Also, some additional hits on enemy units. I mean, we can't pass this opportunity up, guys. Look at this. They've got mortars. Those mortars aren't going to do much against our tanks. Might as well move one of these guys on the fast move. In fact, I'll move this guy on the fast move. It looks like he's already using it to move up the road, but I just want that added bonus of also taking the point here. So let's go for it. Now, if I start getting a lot of casualties, I will accept the ceasefire. You know, obviously, our Shermans can't go up against their stronger tanks. Our Stewards, I should say, can't go up against their stronger tanks. These are Shermans, shame on me. I got it right the first time. Nonetheless, you know, we want to try to knock them out. If we can't, then we'll go ahead and just accept the ceasefire. It's not the end of the world. We've already taken out quite a lot of enemy personnel, and I think this would, by all intents and purposes, be classified a victory, but just that added bonus of knocking out some enemy tanks and taking the crossroads would really go a long way. So I'm going to keep on fighting. There we go, enemy sighted. Forward. Looks like we got some more enemy prisoners. Yeah, boy. As soon as we drove our tank through there, and that's why I drove the tank through there to police the area, we took some more prisoners. But just look at what the Germans have suffered, man. We drove through their lines. It was incredible. It reminds me of so many battles where the enemy is camped out and the enemy army comes through and just routs the entire camp. That's almost what happened there. Guys were looking at their AT guns, you know, trying to see if they could find any Americans whatsoever. They see absolutely nothing, and then suddenly, boom! Just total annihilation. Keep it up, boys. We are keeping this attack going. We got some infantry in this attack as well. Look at that. Man, our boys are ready.
Check ammo!
Roger that. Move, boys.
Maintain positions!
Gotta be careful with this vehicle. Should really be turned one way at all times. Oh, okay, we got some enemy infantry over here on the right side. They're not happy about us driving up the road. A few pings off our tank. We're continuing the advance. Let's see what we're dealing with here. We may have already... Wow. Okay, so yeah. What we thought were tanks were just vehicles here. Just standard trucks. Opel trucks. And we have knocked them out. So I am definitely going to take the crossroads. Let's see if we can't get the enemy to just retreat off the map. Don't think I'm going to be accepting a ceasefire unless the enemy brings in some heavy tanks. Oh, that's actually quite dangerous to our Jeeps here with the guns in the back. Very dangerous to these vehicles. Oh!
Down, down! We have contact!
Absolutely love the way that weapon works. Even though I'm not a fan of the vehicle, the way the weapon works is absolutely spot on. And look at that. Oh, that's why he's taking shots here. We've got additional enemy anti-tank units over here, guys, to the north. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna have to completely change our approach. Looks like most of their units were not over, but we did take the crossroads. So you know what? I can swallow my pride and accept that ceasefire. Since we took the crossroads, try to save a few tankers their lives and get off this battle with an additional terrain location here and with a ton of enemy casualties. But just look at how we've left the desert. Even the desert is scarred by our operations here. Prisoners walking all over the damn place. The dead and dying here. The burning vehicles. Man, it has been a hell ride. We've even got a vehicle right here. He's still kind of moving through, firing at enemies just scattered around. I hope we just get the victory. Alright, guys, I'll take it. It's a minor victory. We even got some achievements here. Excellent capture and tank terror. So I think we're going to call the video American Tank Terror. But anyway here, 23 killed on our side. Look at this. Look at that. 117 killed on the enemy side. The KD ratio is perfect here. And 37 enemy prisoners. Wow, guys, when the Shermans work, they work. And in this battle, they absolutely brutalized the enemy. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. You know what to do. Hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel.